On a round of 8, pace car down and in. It's Cordy Vincent's field to control as they roll slowly at 49 miles an hour off the quarter to take the American Ethanol green flag. Round of 8 racing once more from Dover. Second to last race of 2018. Michael Conti, well, you see the fine machine. He is yet to pit. He is still your race leader with now 56 laps left to go on the board. So obviously the call for the 24 here is he didn't feel like he could beat the 5 straight up. He wants to beat him on a short pit. And speaking of pitting, here comes the 5. Dover, one of the more tricky pit road entries, and that looked pretty spot on for Conti. Obviously, pitting now with just over 50 laps to go could be enough to get to the end of this race. My concern is that very early stop by Leahy. His tires are going to be shot by the time he gets to the end of this run. I don't think the fuel's a concern to him, but he was already, I think, struggling enough as is on the long run. He's going to become your race leader. Don't get me wrong, when this cycles through, the 24 will be back to P1. I just don't know how much he's going to have left by the time it gets down to those final 20 laps. But the fight for third is where you need to look because Michael Conti is there. And again, about a 10-lap tire advantage by pitting more so on strategy with everybody else than the short pit by Keegan Leahy. Leahy needs to win this race if he wants to race for the championship and make the championship 4. And the 5, I think, is just going to have way too many laps to figure him out. You've only got to beat him on one quarter, and he's got 37 laps to do it. There's a block, though, as the 24 goes high at a turn 2. He continues to dig on the inside, and this could be the most critical battle for what will be a race win we've seen all season long. The 24 should have a better run off of the quarter on the outside, but are those tires going to be too good into the quarter for the 5 to get the gap? Off of turn 4, he will push up, and yes, sir, Michael Conti passes Leahy for what is 3rd position right now, but what is soon going to become the battle for the race lead.
He needs a few more laps like the last one that he had and hopes that Conti does about the same thing that he's done the last few laps by. Conti will come up at a 4 this time and will put in a lap of 25.01 to Bobby Zielinski's lap of 24.93. So there's about a 10th or so on that lap to get it within 0.6 of a second. But he needs to continue to do that. And Conti, he'll be there. But again, he's got to get by Michael Conti. Obviously, if you've got a shot at racing for a championship, I'm sure Bobby Zielinski might consider that if he does get up to Michael Conti, and I'm sure Conti will have that in the back of his mind too. But that lap right there gets a little bit closer to Michael Conti. I think he's going to be there, Evan. The question is how bad do you want it, and can you get to that back bumper to make it happen?
Yeah, Zielinski's fallen off incredibly. He might not even hang on to second as Lusa closes in, and a big slide from the 6 machine, but Zielinski's lost a ton of time. It is going to be a white flag in the air. Second to last time off for the quarter for the number 5 of Michael Conti. He really wasn't sure, I think, coming into tonight, knowing that his fate was already determined, just how big of a factor he would play in the names that were going to make it into the championship 4. But when it comes down to it, he's the one that plays spoiler. He'll snatch a ticket to Homestead away for the driver of the number 83 machine, and it'll be his 2nd win in 4 weeks. Michael Conti wins from Dover, 2nd on the round of 8, and he'll head to Homestead in search of a 2nd championship, arguably as the favorite.